Hi guys, this is my second attempt at making this video, which is my review of the latest Star Wars movie, Skywalker. So what did I think of this movie? It's such a loaded question. First of all, I have my Porgs here. I'm a big fan of the cute little critters from the second episode now. I'll put them down for a second. Honestly, I want to start by saying I didn't think it was a bad movie. I mean that in sincerity. I think for a lot of fans, J.J. Abrams brought back a lot of that nostalgia that I think so many of us were desperately seeking with this trilogy. Do I think that he closed it out correctly? I don't think there are particularly wrong or right answers there. I think there are ways he could have done it better, in my opinion. Without a doubt, my favourite character throughout these three movies has been Rey. I really like her development and what the writers have done with her in terms of character growth. I also actually am quite a fan of Kylo Ren, and I was really looking forward to seeing Ben Solo's character arc and what they could kind of do with that and where they could take it. And for me, the ending, it kind of fell flat. And it just felt like there was more that he could have done with it. The romance of it was just non-existent for something that had been building up with tension for two previous movies with such intensity that I myself believed it. And they talk about this great dryad and how important it is, and then they just have him die in such a weak kind of way. You know, we look at Ben Solo's character, Kylo Ren, and we look at Rey, and she develops these powers very quickly, and now we know that she's a Palpatine, so that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's like they play around with death too much in this movie, and they have her kill him once. You know, he's stabbed with a lightsaber, definitely dead, and then she uses the Force heal thing, which we're seeing a lot, like we saw it in Mandalorian. Just recently, we're seeing a lot of this Force healing. It's it's not a new concept, but it's something they're using a lot more frequently now. And so when they kill him off for the first time, she brings him back for Force heal, and she just jumps away, like she's totally okay, she's not weak, she's not taking a nap like Baby Yoda, and she's not dying like Kylo Ren. He literally turns, to a pile of clothes in that Jedi way, but I felt like it was the difference there, like, if they're so powerful together, why is he portrayed as being so weak? And I really want to talk about this playing with death concept as well, because I think it's very important. I think a lot of viewers will agree with me on this one. They played around with death too much in this, and the prime example of this is Chewbacca. We get this scene where, Rey inadvertently kills Chewbacca, right? And the whole ship explodes, and she's like, oh my god, I killed Chewie. And it's actually, in the theatres, that was a heart-rendering moment. I looked around like, what the fuck just happened? And other people next to me were also giving me that same look. And then when it turned out, oh, don't worry, Chewie he was on another transport ship, so it's okay. It's that concept where writers get lazy and they start playing with your heartstrings and they're like, oh, they're dead. No, they're not. Just kidding. No, they're really dead. And there was just so much of that in the movie that at some point for me it did become a little bit frustrating. And on this same note of death, can we just talk about like an unspoken soldier? So you guys may have remembered in the previous movie, there was this one Porg, and he like got away on the Millennium Falcon. He was the one who was like stuck to the windscreen, and he was really cute. His name is actually, in the canon, his name is Turbus. He actually has his own cute little game dedicated to him that you can play online. But I thought it was really strange. In the poster online, they had Porgs, like, on the poster, and I got really excited about it. I was like, yeah, there's Rise of Skywalker, and then there's the return of the Porg. But in reality, that kind of fell flat too, because they had a very short CGI scene back on the island with the Porgs, and that was it, which only lends us to believe the most unfortunate things, that it's inevitable that Chewie ate the Porg that was on the ship. That's, at this point, in my mind's fact, he didn't take it back or drop it off, he ate it. And furthermore, so we have poor Turbus, who got eaten by Chewbacca, and then we also have this thing, like, they're on Endor, right, the planet, and I grew up, I watched the Ewoks cartoon, and for me, like it was actually, it's something that I really loved, and I got to know Wicket and all of the characters like in the 90s as a kid independently. So when I was like, they're gonna show Ewoks, you know, and I didn't want it to be overplayed. I didn't want it to be like crazy amount of, but something would have been nice. And it ended up just being like a 2 second scene of Ewoks, and I think I just, my heart kind of wanted maybe a little bit more of that. Would have been really cute, especially when you think how much everyone loves Baby Yoda right now. I just think it would have been more heartfelt to see some Ewoks. The other point I want to bring up, it kind of fell flat for me, and this is by no fault the writer's fault, was the Carrie Fisher scenes. I think there's only so much you can do when someone has unfortunately passed away with kind of rehashing CGI scenes. So when you saw Carrie Fisher as Leia, her scenes definitely felt not inauthentic. They just didn't quite feel realistic in a kind of human response way. And also her death to me kind of fell flat because it was like she spends all this force energy that she has, and they imply she does Jedi training and everything for that scene with Luke, but she goes out, she reappears, she says, Ben, I want to, you know, redeem you or whatever, and then she dies after that immediately. And it's like, how could she do that Mary Poppins scene in the previous movie where she's flying through space and not die, and now suddenly she's died from that? That doesn't make sense either. And the final point I want to bring up that's negative is just the taking of characters that had development and then failing to follow that through or see that through. Whether it's a character like Moz, who's a fairly interesting character, I don't think they did justice by her, or Finn and Poe, and the whole saga, we get this idea that Finn, especially in the beginning, is going to be a Jedi or something amazing, and he ends up being this very background character who's consistently like, where is Rey? You know, what's happening? And I think if they'd done a relationship with Finn and Poe, while it would have been controversial, I think it would have been an amazing thing and actually a really cool kind of progressive thing to do with the show, because so many fans had implied it anyway. So now I'm going to talk about things that I liked about it, and this may not necessarily be everyone's opinion, that's completely okay. I really actually enjoyed the fact that Rey was Emperor Palatine's relative. I actually thought that was very well done. That was a plot twist that I myself was not expecting. When it happened, I was kind of shocked by it. I thought she was going to be a Kenobi, personally, was always my opinion in it. And then when they said, oh, she's a scavenger and she's nothing, that kind of fell flat too and was disappointing. But when it ended up, and it kind of explains like how she has a surge of like extreme power, and we see that lightning move when she's manipulating the ship in the air, it all suddenly makes sense. And honestly, I thought that was really great. The brief flash forward that they have of the concept of her in the dark kind of robes, looking like a very dark, sexy empress, I thought was very well done and awesome. I especially liked C-3PO in this movie. I feel like sometimes he has taken a bit of a backseat, obviously, in the past, or being just a bit of comic relief versus being taken seriously. But I did like that they actually did put some really beautiful humanity into the character at that moment, where it says, you know, what are you, I'm taking one last look at my friends, and it was really beautifully done. So in terms of just the voice acting, that was phenomenal and really great. So I was also happy that Chewie got a medal. I thought that was really kind of nostalgic and cool, but I'm not sure why Maz gave it to him. That didn't particularly make sense. And there was always also a part of me that really hoped that they would end it with a beautiful ceremony, very nostalgic to the original Star Wars, where they'd kind of be in the white robes and gift out the medals. And of course I was secretly hoping that, you know, Kylo and Ren would have survived it all and been together, and that it could have that fairy tale kind of happy ending, because at the end of the day, I think Star Wars is a bit of a fairy tale, and we see things like Game of Thrones and it ends so terribly. I think it would have been nice just to have something that was, maybe it's okay to have a happy ending, and maybe it's just the era we're in terms of writing, and it's not currently okay in this climate, but a part of me still kind of wishes that it happened, you know? So in review, while I didn't dislike the movie, obviously I found there were some inconsistencies, and of course I just personally kind of wanted it. I was kind of shipping for the Reylo thing and wanted that to work out and be happy ending. That aside, it was still an excellently executed movie, and the CGI was brilliant. So I feel like in the last movie I had way more in this. I actually didn't make a movie reviewing it in the way I am now because I was so angry about it. I wasn't nearly as angry about anything in this movie, to be honest. It was more that I just had hopes and dreams, and that's different for everyone. I think from what I've seen online, most people have a very positive review of it. So in the past movie where I had a bunch of questions that were kind of unanswered, in this movie there's no, everything's wrapped up, there's no questions to be had anymore there. So it's a nice movie just to go to the theatre, and when you think about it, it's just Star Wars, it's great to just enjoy.